Hi, welcome to Yellow Slate, your very own school search engine that helps you find the best schools for your kid based on various filters and parameters.
Today we have with us Miss Nisha Mohan, whose kid is studying in Vishwa Vidyapeeth Takshashila branch, which is located in Bangalore. To get to know more details about the school, let's have a conversation with her. Hello, ma'am.
Hi there, good morning. Happy to be here.
So, ma'am, to begin with, what made you choose this school in particular among the best schools that are available in Bangalore?
In fact, my son has been in this school from kindergarten. One of the primary reasons is the beautiful, beautiful campus. I think it's extremely spacious, away from the city, the hustle and bustle. I like the fact that there's a lot of importance and attention given to the kids. There's neural learning. Like I said, there are just so many reasons, but overall, I think they focus on holistic development, which is important for the future of kids. And that's why I chose this school.
Got it, ma'am. So, can you talk about your child's experience so far? How is he liking the school? Whether he has any concerns so far? If you can talk about it.
Absolutely. See, one of the primary things a parent wants is not to force the child to go to school, right? And for me, I've never had that problem. My kid wakes up with all the enthusiasm because he loves coming to school. It's like second home for him. Every time, every day, he's excited. After the weekend, he's excited. There is always something happening in the school. There are competitions, there is debate, and there is somebody coming over, some famous personalities to talk about and share their experience. So the children are excited. He loves his school. He loves all the teachers over here. And I think he likes the learning, the sports, the curriculum, the academia. I think it's a whole all round. So that's about it. Yeah.
Right, ma'am. So, what exactly was the admission process when you were actually looking for the schools and when you chose the school? So, what were the whole process being followed, be it any exam conducted or any interviews conducted? If you can talk about it.
So for us, I think he joined when he was in kindergarten, right? So not really too much of assessments and stuff, but we did bring him here to meet the principal, in fact, and she asked him one question and he answered beautifully. He was very small. So it was very straightforward. They wanted to know a little about him. And we were particular to put him in ICSE because that is like overall, right? It helps a lot to get better seats in engineering and everywhere else. So when we came here, we saw the campus, we saw everything. The process was very straightforward. They said, okay, just fill up the form. And they asked us a few questions about ourselves. And before we knew it, he was on the school bus and we got started. Yeah.
Got it. So, what exactly is the fee structure here? And do you feel it is quite reasonable for the kind of services and facilities the school is providing?
Absolutely. So the fee structure, I don't want to reveal the information, but obviously parents have to find out directly from the admin. But I think it's pretty reasonable. See, if you want something good, you have to pay for it. That's what I believe in. So we are very comfortable with the fee structure, especially because it's not just education. I mean, there's music, there's taekwondo, there's skating, there's swimming, and there's so much more. I think, in fact, just next week or something, there's a concert happening from Ricky Cage. And last week, the kids had gone to a heritage tour to Lepakshi. There's so much happening out here. And also the food, right? Nutritious food. We get to see what food is being served on a weekly basis. We get a mail. So I am extremely convinced, and your child to study in a good place, I think you will be ready to pay for it. So I think it's very reasonable in my view.
Got it. Ma'am, what is that one particular USP that you're most satisfied with that is currently being provided by the school?
Look, I think as we progress today, a lot of us are stepping away from our roots. We are not close to as close as we should be to India's roots. I think we have such a beautiful culture. One of the reasons that I love about the school is my son can narrate all the slokas, and I feel so proud when we have these functions and festivals at home. He knows all the slokas and he speaks most of the languages very well: Tamil, Kannada, Hindi, English. And we've brought him up that way. It's very important. And I like that the school has inculcated that you should know your roots. Even the activities that they do, right? I think the annual day, rather than just some ordinary film songs, they focus on heritage and culture and telling students and the families around them, bringing them closer to the roots. I love that. So me and my husband, we're a working couple, so we don't get so much time to spend with him. So obviously we do our best, but the school is doing a lot for us, and I love that.
Great, ma'am. So can it be a little more elaborative and talk about Jeevana Kausalya Life Skill Lab?
So I know for a fact that the school is trying to inculcate in the students a couple of skills just before they hit their 10th grade. I know that, for instance, my son, he knows a lot about gardening, and I think he's got that interest over here. Like he comes home and he tells me, Mama, I need to grow this and I need to grow that. You need to take me to the garden care, which is close by. And I think that's beautiful because we get them away from gadgets. We get them away from just watching TV and doing everything else that regular kids I have seen doing in the apartment. He's away from all that. His focus is at doing things like gardening or probably reading, music, and stuff like that. So I think to me, these are certain life skills. He has not yet reached the stage where he does carpentry and all that, but he's looking forward to it.
Got it, ma'am. So how about the teaching style when it comes to academics? Is it very comfortable for your kid to understand the concepts, being it a ICSE curriculum? Any difficulties in this whole process that your kid is facing so far?
No difficulties as such. I think they do their best. As far as the teachers are concerned, I think they spend adequate time to not just make them like read. And I think I used to do that when I was in school, like literally mug up, but to no point, right? And over here, the teachers make them understand the basics, the foundation, the concepts. And when you do that, right, the kids really, really remember and they are able to, during the exams, write their own version of the answers, what they have interpreted. That is so important for developing your logical and analytical skills. So I think the education is good. They have a good selection of teachers. They're also kind and patient. I've never had a problem in the last so many years, right, since he's been in kindergarten. So he loves his teachers, all of them, and I think they love him too. Every PTM, I hear a lot of great stuff. So I think, it's just good. Overall, the management, the teachers, it's a good place to be.
Got it. Ma'am, as you were mentioning about PTA meetings, where you can get to know feedback about your kid. In case if you have any particular concerns that you want to convey to the management or any particular teacher. So how accessible are they?
Extremely. Like, I love the fact that they want to engage the parents to the level that they do. We have regular PTMs, and me and my husband, especially when he's not traveling, I'm always there. We avoid missing PTMs, and we get to meet the teachers, not just the class teacher. Like, for instance, we get to see the papers when the assessments are done. So if you to meet the teachers, right, who take classes for them. So I've met like most of the teachers, and it's just wonderful because they're so open, they're so approachable, and when you have a chat with them and tell them that, look, I think he's doing well here. What can I improve? What can I make better? They're very open to ideas and suggestions. So I think the PTM is great. And not just PTM, you can email them and they will respond like within a day. Sometimes it's faster. You have the numbers on WhatsApp. I think technology is great, helps us in all ways. So I write a lot of diary notes. The teacher is always responsive. So all channels of communication are open. So you don't have to worry that you cannot talk to the teacher or the principal. Everybody's approachable. It's brilliant.
Got it, ma'am. So can you also talk about the exam schedule being conducted at the school and any kind of pressure that your kid faces because of this exam structure, or was it balanced enough?
See, as far as exams are concerned, we have, I think, 3 cycles. One right after the school started, and then one which is coming up in December, and one closer to April and May. And I think that's great. There's not much pressure on the kids because they've split the portions. So instead of like mugging up the entire year's portions, which some of us used to do back then, here it is like you do select portions through the semester and you just focus on that and you're done with it. So I think that's a beautiful way of managing. They have the focus right. They don't need the students to just remember the answers, but then they want the students to understand concepts, understand if, okay, you've got this right in your head, you can process it, finish your assessments and be done with it. So there's good balance.
Great. Ma'am, if you have to be a little critical and provide an
Yes.
honest feed, where do you feel there's a scope for improvement? What is it about?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot because if I had a problem, my son wouldn't be studying here because as parents, we are very tough. on these things. Even if you ask me on a scale of 10, I would still give it a 9. And if you ask me why you've not given it a 10, it's because there's always room for improvement. No one is perfect. I work in a corporate. So, the school is great. There's always scope to keep improving. I know it'll just get better and better, but I don't have any issues. In fact, I recommend the school to a lot of my friends' office and in the apartment and stuff like that, especially to working parents. I think the food that they serve is a boon. You don't have to rush in the morning to pack. That's the first thing. And secondly, overall, right, just that feeling of comfort that your child is in a safe place while you do your regular corporate job. I think that is so important. So I don't have a problem, to be honest with you, and I cannot think of one.
Then that's a great feedback from you so far. So I'm sure
Yeah.
this will help parents who are looking for best schools in Bangalore. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining and sharing your experience.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure and nice talking to you.